I don't trip over niggas. I upgrade on these niggas.
How much do you wanna try with me? Hey, don't try me, don't try me, don't try me, ayy. Don't try me, don't try me, don't try me, ayy.
What it do, Bands Gang? It's your girl TheRealTayBands in the building. You already know. And if you don't, welcome to my channel. I'm TheRealTayBands. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to join the Bands Gang fam. Road to 100 subscribers, y'all. Yes. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get notified every time I post a new video, guys. I am going to be talking about my first time going to a recording studio, y'all. Like, oh my gosh. It was pretty dope, okay? The first time I ever went to a recording studio, the beginning of this year, like around January, I had already wrote a song, and the song that I had recorded was called Don't Trip. And I actually had wrote some bars to it and a hook like months prior to going to the studio to record it. I think I had wrote it in like October, around that time. I used to practice freestyling with like just random beats on YouTube. So the funny thing is, my ex, who was into music too, we just happened to just search on YouTube and we came across this beat that matched the flow and everything. It fit perfectly with Don't Trip. And I was like, this is it, yo. So when I was practicing, I only had the song half written at this time. So, but what I ended up doing when I got to the studio to record the song, I ended up freestyling like the second half of the song. It was crazy. So the studio that I had went to was in Fenton, Michigan, and I ended up working with this guy named Marshall. He the homie. He real cool, older white guy, like super sweet, like super talented in what he does. Like, he's real dope. So we went to Real to Real Productions in Fenton, Michigan, and I was so nervous because what I did not know is that like Marshall had worked with some big names in the industry. Like, he's worked with Taylor Swift, he's worked with the Beatles, he's worked with James Brown. And I was like, yo, like, he's worked with so many greats. And I was so nervous. I'm like, I didn't know jack squat about rapping. Like, I didn't know nothing about, I didn't know how my voice was gonna sound on the mic. So I was really nervous. The thing about going to a studio, y'all, like, you have to be prepared because time is money. And he was charging like 60 a session, like 60 an hour to record. So that had to give time for recording your vocals, and then he had to mix and master all of your vocals right then and there. So within that hour, or you was gonna have to pay more the longer you stayed. So I was like, oh my gosh, I did not know what I was doing, y'all. So my first time going there, I recorded and it was so fun. Like, I'm really in the studio. I'm gonna put some clips in this video so y'all can see, like, so y'all can experience like what I saw. I was in awe. I was like, I can't believe like I'm in the studio. So I'm gonna put some clips in so y'all can experience it the way that I experienced it, because I was like, yo, this is dope. So I'll put those in there for y'all. Oh my god, this shit's so lit.
Dang, you got all the rope, the cords, everything.
Got everything.
Yeah, I got it all.
Got it all.
This is a lot of money.
This is so dope.
Well, you have to have it to do it. Yeah,
Hey, TheRealTayBands.
trip, I don't trip. You don't pay my rent. You know I'm the shit. I'm finna get lit. I'm dripping in diamonds. My baggy the finest. This rap shit is timeless. Do what I say like your highness. I don't trip over niggas. I upgrade on these niggas. I don't trip over niggas. I upgrade on these niggas. I don't trip over niggas. I upgrade on these niggas. I don't trip over niggas. I upgrade on these niggas. So a couple of times of me going to the studio, I felt more comfortable going, because it is nerve-wracking when you're going to the studio for the first time and you don't know nothing about like recording vocals, and you don't know nothing about doing ad libs. Like, it is nerve-wracking, but it was definitely a fun experience. It was something different, because I was like, yo, like, he was able to do different things with my vocals, and it was just so dope to just see him do all of that stuff. And the software, I feel like when you're going into a studio, you should always be mindful of the software that your producer is using. I always try to learn as much as I can from producers, because they have a lot of great knowledge, because they're engineers. So when it comes to producing your song, it's good to ask questions like, okay, what kind of software are you using? What did you do in this area to make this sound like this? Or it's always good to just ask questions when you're in the studio setting. The second time I went to the studio, this is the producer that I'm working with now, Buffalo Sway, and he has his own home studio, and we actually recorded Don't Try Me at his studio, and that song was on the radio. So it's like, it's so dope that I was able to work. Those are the only two producers that I've worked with, and like, my experience with them was just phenomenal. Like, every time I always wanted to go back for more, because they're good teachers, they're great engineers, and it's like, I'm like, yeah, like, they make you feel like you can really rap or really sing, because they be doing, man, I'm trying to tell you, producers, like, I really give it up to them, because they work very hard and they're very smart with the techie stuff. So salute to the producers out there. My experience going to the recording studio for the first time was like, it was out of this world. It was like more than what I could have imagined. And when I like listen back on the songs that I recorded, I'm like, yo, like, I sounded so bad, but it's okay, because I'm like, I'm still a rookie. I still have so much to learn when it comes to recording music, writing music. Like, it's a learning process, and just like with anything that you do in life. So I love the fact that both times that I've been to the studio, like, I have nothing bad to say. And the most important thing that I learned about going to the studios, you have to adapt to your environment. Like, you have to adapt to, you know, how your producer works. And really, like, when you're going to a studio, you really have to have that connection with your producer, because when you don't have that connection with your producer, y'all just gonna clash, y'all gonna bump heads, and it's not gonna be, you know, it's not gonna be an epic studio session, because you don't like this about your producer, you don't like how he does this, or your producer doesn't like how you do this. Because producers, like, all they really want for artists is to be prepared. Really, they just want you to be prepared, go in, know what you're doing. It's okay if you don't really know what direction you're going with, because I know my producer, like, he's very patient with me, and I be like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but we gonna see. So I just know, if you're paying for studio time, just make sure that y'all being prepared as much as you can. And then like, it's okay if you change some stuff, you know what I'm saying? But just don't take up all of your time, because time is money. So just don't take up all y'all time trying to write bars that should have already been written, or just repeatedly recording vocals and stuff like that. So that's all I really have for y'all, you know, just sharing my experience going to the studios. You know, every studio is different, every producer is different. So yeah, y'all, you know, if you are an artist, you're a rapper, you're a singer, just like keep going. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can only go up from where you are now. If you're in your rookie stage like me, like, you still have so much to learn, but it's okay because it's a learning process and you continue learning as an artist. So salute to all the artists out there. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for supporting me. We're almost to 100 subscribers, y'all. So excited because I'm like, the more content I put out for y'all, the bigger the Bands Gang fam is gonna grow. So thank y'all so much. I love y'all. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to give me a like, because I appreciate the likes. And don't forget to leave a comment. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one.